You're watching South Asia Newsline and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Tuesday, the 19th of November. Indian PM Modi stresses Global South's needs at G20 Summit in Brazil. Pakistan imposes Section 144 as incarcerated Khan's party gears up for massive protest. And residents in Nepal struggle under dust and delays as Chinese loan-funded highway project stalls. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday highlighted India's achievement of lifting 250 million people out of poverty in the last decade as he addressed the G20 Summit Session on social inclusion and the fight against hunger and poverty in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Speaking on India's success in tackling food insecurity, PM Modi emphasized that its approach, based on back to basics and march to future, was yielding significant results. Highlighting the impact of ongoing global conflicts on the Global South, PM Modi welcomed Brazil's initiative to establish a global alliance against hunger and poverty. He stressed that sustainable development in the Global South requires summit decisions to address their unique challenges effectively. On the sidelines of the summit, the Indian Prime Minister held bilateral talks with leaders from Britain, France, Italy and Indonesia. During his meeting with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, both sides agreed to resume negotiations on a free trade deal targeting its completion by 2025. French President Emmanuel Macron lauded the rich and multifaceted partnership between India and France in a post on the social media platform X. PM Modi also met Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni and Indonesian President separately. Additionally, Indian Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar met Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi for the first time since the two neighbors signed a border disengagement agreement. In a post on X, Jaishankar noted that both sides acknowledged recent progress in disengagement along the India-China border areas and exchanged views on next steps to strengthen bilateral relations. As tensions escalate in India's northeastern state of Manipur, several MLAs have passed a resolution listing their demands, including asking the central government to review the imposition of Armed Forces Special Power Act in the state. The resolution also said that a mass operation must be initiated within 7 days against the Kuki militants allegedly responsible for the killing of 6 people, including women and children. It also demanded the transfer of 3 key cases to the National Investigation Agency that are linked to the death of 1 woman who was burnt, the killing of 6 innocent civilians and the killing of a woman farmer. The MLAs in their resolution decided to declare Kuki militants responsible for the killings of 6 innocent people, including women and children, to be declared an unlawful organization within 7 days. Manipur has divided into 2 ethnic enclaves, a valley controlled by the Meiteis and hills dominated by Kukis. The areas are separated by a stretch of no man's land, monitored by federal paramilitary forces.
I think we've given you the resolution in a full the main points have been given. So I think that should be enough. We've given you the full resolution that was taken. I think you can refer to that. I think that would suffice.
Pakistan government on Monday imposed Section 144 in the city, which outlaws all sorts of public gatherings for 2 months ahead of a planned protest by jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan's party. Khan has issued a final call for nationwide protest on 24th November, denouncing what he described as the stolen mandate, the unjust arrest of people and the passage of the 26th Amendment, which he said strengthened a dictatorial regime. The PTI, which claims to stage a big show in Islamabad on November 24th, is already worn out by the hardships and political outcomes of its confrontation with the military establishment. Khan has been in jail for over a year now in multiple cases. The transition team of United States President-elect Donald Trump is reportedly compiling a list of high-ranking active and former military personnel involved in the US withdrawal from Afghanistan, with an eye on potential court-martial proceedings, according to NBC News. Citing unnamed sources, the report states that officials within the transition team are considering forming a commission to investigate the 2021 withdrawal. The investigation would aim to identify those directly involved in the military's decision-making process and assess whether some military officials could be charged with treason. Afghanistan was key issue during the US presidential election. Throughout his campaign, President Trump repeatedly criticized the Biden administration for the chaotic aftermath of the withdrawal. He argued that the process had been mishandled, emphasizing that the Bagram air base should not have been abandoned. Trump also stated that US forces should have been the last to leave Afghanistan rather than the first as part of the withdrawal plan. Bangladesh interim government head Muhammed Yunus has stated that ties between Dhaka and Washington will only strengthen under Trump's presidency, despite the president-elect's strong criticism of violence against minorities in the Muslim-majority nation. Speaking to Indian media outlet The Hindu, Yunus said Bangladesh has built a strong relationship with the US over the years. He emphasized that foreign policies and country-specific relations typically do not change with the change in the president. Trump, in a post on X, condemned the violence against religious minorities in Bangladesh, particularly Hindus, who are considered close to ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Neighboring India also expressed concerns over the attacks on Hindus. However, Yunus dismissed these allegations during the interview, calling them propaganda against Bangladesh. On the topic of Hasina's extradition and relations with India, Yunus warned that if New Delhi refuses Dhaka's request for extradition, it could sour relations between the two nations. He acknowledged that his interim government's tenure is limited and may not significantly influence India-Bangladesh ties, but he added that a future Bangladeshi government might not forgive India's refusal to cooperate. While highlighting his government's commitment to addressing the pressing needs of the people, President Anura Kumara Dissanayake urged the IMF to maintain a balanced approach that considers the hardships faced by citizens. During a meeting with Senior Mission Chief Peter Brewer, the President reaffirmed his readiness to collaborate with the global lender to advance Sri Lanka's economic recovery within the context of the mandate. President Dissanayake underscored his administration's responsibility to uphold the people's mandate, emphasizing that the success of the IMF program hinges on rebuilding public trust in governance. He assured that under his leadership, social spending allocations will be utilized effectively, with priority given to combating child poverty and malnutrition and providing better support for differently abled individuals. The meeting marked a positive step forward in the collaboration between the government and the IMF, laying the groundwork for a coordinated effort toward economic recovery and long-term stability. A nation of 22 million, Sri Lanka was crushed by a 2022 economic crisis triggered by a severe shortage of foreign currency that pushed it into a sovereign default and caused its economy to shrink by 7.3% in 2022 and 2.3% last year. The Narayanghat-Butwal road expansion project in Nepal, a vital stretch of the east-west highway, continues to face delays, leaving thousands of commuters and residents in perilous conditions. Contracted to a Chinese firm in 2019, progress on the 115-kilometer project has stalled at just 52% completion, with no resumption since the last monsoon season. A report.
The upgrade of the Narayanghat-Butwal road, an essential link connecting several provinces in Nepal, was expected to transform a 2-lane road into 6, 4 and 3 lanes across different sections. But nearly 6 years into the project, residents and commuters are bearing the brunt of stalled construction. The project, financed by the Asian Development Bank at an initial cost of 16.99 billion Nepali rupees, was due to be completed by July 2022. However, delays have forced multiple deadline extensions, now pushing completion to July 2025. Residents blame the contractor, China State Construction Engineering Corporation, for its failure to deliver on time. Roads are slippery in the monsoon and dusty during dry seasons, with deep potholes exacerbating their chaos. Officials cite reasons such as the COVID-19 pandemic and insufficient materials, but residents remain unconvinced.
धुलो छ बाटोमा धुलो पुस्ता पुस्दै चाहिँ हामीहरुले बालबच्चा बस्न नसक्ने स्थिति भयो बुढाखाडाको त अब कुरै नगरौँ एकदम एलर्जी हुने सबै चाहिँ रातिमा सबै धुलै धुलो हुने सफा गरेर सुत्यो बिहान उठ्दाखेरि उस्तै हुने दिनदिनै मच्छरदानी धुनु पर्ने यस्तो भइराखेको छ साह्रै दुःख पाइयो यहाँ चाहिँ राम्रो गरी बनाइदिन जाति हुन्थ्यो सहज हुन्थ्यो सबै यहाँका बासिन्दाहरुलाई भनेको नारायणघाटदेखि बुटोलसम्म जो चाहिँ यस्तै नै छ
त्यो कति एकदम यो पुरा एकदम के सास फेर्ने सकस हुने गाह्रो हुने हैन अब सबै परिवारलाई सानसाना बच्चादेखि लिएर बुढाबुढीहरूलाई एकदमै समस्या भइरहेछ है त्यसले गर्दाखेरिमा हामी त सारै पीडितै छौं ल यो बाटामा बस्ने जति
The Nepalese Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli led the foundation stone for the project during his previous term in office in 2019. He is set to embark on a visit to Beijing later in December, ahead of which representatives from political parties in West Nawalparasi have submitted a memorandum demanding that the responsible parties be given strict instructions to expedite the construction work. PM Oli has expressed doubts about the project's timely completion and warned that if progress does not accelerate, the government will terminate the contract.
अब यदि काम उले नगर्ने हो भने त काम गर्दैन भने त ठेका तोड्नुको अर्को विकल्पै रहँदैन र हामीले अब डिसेम्बरसम्म मागेको समय दिएर त्यसभन्दा पछि निर्णायक ढंगले कदम चाल्नुपर्ने या त विश्वसनीय ढंगले काम गर्छ कम्पनीले भने त्यसलाई अलिकति समय दिने र विश्वसनीय ढंगले काम गर्न सक्दैन भने ठेका तोडेर अर्को बाटो लाग्ने गर्नु पर्ला.
The situation along the Narayanghat-Butwal road reflects a larger challenge for Nepal as it navigates infrastructure development projects financed through foreign loans and grants. As the government warns of potential contract termination, the question remains, can Nepal ensure timely delivery of critical projects without falling deeper into dependency on external actors?
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.